Fine. See the first question. See the first question. We are having a particle. We are having a particle moves in one dimension from rest under the influence of force that varies with distance traveled by the particle, as shown in diagram. The kinetic energy, the kinetic energy of the particle after it had traveled a distance of 3 meters. After it had traveled a distance of 3 meters. See, in the graph, okay, on y-axis, we are having the force, and on x-axis, we are having the distance, okay. They are asking to find what is the kinetic energy after the particle traveled a distance of 3 meter. I need to find kinetic energy. Since we know that, since we know that work done is equal to change in kinetic energy, okay, that is k2 minus k1. Okay, okay, fine. So initial kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy, that is when s equal to 0, when s is equal to 0. Okay, fine. So I need to find final kinetic energy, that is work done plus initial kinetic energy. Okay, work done I can find as area under the curve, area under the curve. Okay, firstly we are having, this is number 1 and number 2 and number 3. Okay, okay. Let us consider the names as this point as A, this point as B, C, and I'll draw perpendicular D, and this one it is E. Okay, and here it is F. So work done is equal to area under the graph, that is area of ABFO. This one, first one, area of ABFO plus area of triangle BCD and area of BDEF. BDEF, that is nothing but ABFO. It is in the shape of rectangle, so I can write it as 2 into 2 plus triangle BCD half into base is 1 and height is also 1. Okay, fine, plus BDEF. Okay, that is nothing but 2 times 1. Okay, now 2 times 1. So it is 4 plus zero point 0.5 plus 2. That is nothing but 6.5. Okay. Initial kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy. I can write as half mu square. That is nothing but u square means 2as. Okay, now when s equal to 0, initial kinetic energy is 0. So final kinetic energy I can write as 6.5 plus 0, nothing but 6.5 joule. First option. Is it right? Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
Umar, you can also respond if you know how to solve. Okay, you can also tell.
Okay, sir.
Total approximately I think 40 questions are there in this one. At least we need to complete 15 to 20 questions. Okay, now completed.
Sir.
Completed.
Sir.
Okay, fine. Next, second question. We are having that it is a body of mass, m1 moving with an unknown velocity v1 I cap, that is moving along x-axis, undergoes a collinear collision. Okay, along in that direction only it had collision with another body moving with a velocity v2. After collision, m1 and m2 move with velocities v3 I cap and v4 I cap. That is, before collision and after collision, the direction of collision, okay, or the direction of the impact, okay, it is same. Okay, if m2 equal to 0.5 m1 and v3 equal to 0.5 v1. Okay, now see here, before collision and after collision, the particle does not change its direction. The particle does not change its direction. That means that I can consider that momentum is conserved. Momentum is conserved. First, initially, I am having m1 and this one it is m2. It is m2. Okay, fine. Initially, it is moving with a velocity v1 and this one has v2. This one has v2. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now, after collision, after collision, moving, this is m3. After collision, m1 and m2, it is moved with v3 and the m2 is moving with v4. Okay, na? Is it fine? So I'll apply the conservation of momentum. m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to m1 v3 plus m2 v4. Okay, na? Is it fine? Okay. Now, initially that I don't know m1 times v1. m2, it is 0.5 m1, 0.5 m1, and v2 also they didn't give. Na? v2 is equal to m1, v3 they gave, that is zero point 0.5 v1 plus 0.5 m1 into v4. Okay, fine. Here I need to find, the this v1 I should find. Before going to find v1, okay, before collision, momentum is concerned, that is m1 v1 equal to m2 v2, that is m1 v1 equal to zero point 0.5 m1 v2, that is I can write as v2 equal to 2 v1. Can I write? Hello,
Sir. Sir.
there. Okay, fine. I'll substitute v2 as 2 v1. Okay, okay, fine. That is number one. So m1 v1, I think throughout the equation m1 will get cancelled now. Throughout the equation m1 will get cancelled. So we will get v1 plus zero point 0.5 into 2 v1 is equal to zero point 0.5 v1 plus zero point 0.5 v4. Okay, na? Fine. Here we'll get it as 2 v1 V4 and V2 is there now. V4 and V2. So firstly we'll cancel M1. 0.5 V2 equal to 0.5 V1 plus 0.5 V4. Okay. Okay, fine. So 0.5 V1 plus 0.5 V2 equal to 0.5 V4. So V1 plus V2 equal to V4. That implies V1 is equal to V4 minus V2. That is option D. That is option D. Right? Okay, now. Right on.
V3 is equal to 0.5 V1 అసలు ఎక్కడ వాడలేదు నేను.
ఇక్కడ వాడాం కదా.
ఓకే V3 అక్కడ కనెక్ట్ చేశారు.
అక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేశాను. ఆఫ్టర్ కొలిజన్ కదా. Just a chinna logic, small logic it is that after collision, since the direction of the particle does not changes, so momentum is conserved.
Completed, sir.
Completed. Okay, fine. Next question. A body of mass 2 kg makes an elastic collision with a second body at rest. With a second body. That means that I can write as M1 is equal to 2 kg. Okay. M1 is equal to 2 kg. Makes an elastic collision. That is, it is having an velocity before collision. Second body is at rest. I will consider it as M2. U2 is equal to 0. And continues to move in the original direction, but with 1/4 of original speed. But with 1/4 of the original speed. Say suppose that means V1 is equal to 1/4 of U. Okay, let us consider U1 as U. Okay, and here they didn't mention about second body. Suppose V2. Let us consider it as V dash. V2, I'll consider it as V dash. Now, I need to find what is the mass of the second body. Since it is elastic collision, I can write it as M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. Okay, so I'll get as substitute the values. M1 times U by 4 M1 means 2 now. They gave M1 value, that is 2, plus M2 times B dash. Okay, so 2U is equal to U by 2 plus M2 B dash. Here I am having the two unknowns. In order to find M2, I need to find B dash. So since it is elastic collision, I can consider coefficient of restitution, that is V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2. For elastic collision, coefficient of restitution is 1. Okay, so I can write as 1 is equal to V2, final velocity of second body, that is V dash, final velocity of first body, that is U by 4, initial velocity of the first body as U, initial velocity of the second body is 0. Okay, so that implies V dash minus U by 4 is equal to U. So V dash equal to 5U by 4. Substitute here. Take this value and substitute here. We'll get M2. That is 2U minus U by 2 is equal to M2 times 5U by 4. Okay. So we'll get 3U by 2 is equal to M2 times 5U by 4. So upon calculation, we'll get as M2 is equal to 6 by 5. That is nothing but 1.2 kg. So it is option B, right? Instead of taking the coefficient of restitution, you can also take the conservation of energy. Conservation of energy. Okay. But I thought it is coefficient of restitution, it will be easy calculation. Okay, now
Sir.
completed.
Sir, completed.
Next one. See the fourth question. That is, see, we are having a uniform cable of mass M, okay, and length L is placed on a horizontal surface such that 1 by nth part of its hanging below the edge of the surface. To lift the hanging part of the cable up to the surface, the work done should be, how to find? I think this type of model we did in our classes. We are having a uniform chain, right? Like this, I'm having a chain. Okay, okay. Such that, suppose let us consider this is A, this is B, and here it is C. The total length, that is length of AB and length of BC. It is the total length. and it is having a mass m, okay, such that 1 by nth part is hanging below the edge of the surface. That is, length of BC is equal to L by N. Okay, okay, fine. To lift the hanging part of the cable up to the surface, okay, in order to lift this one, okay, that means we are applying a force, okay, na? Okay, so whenever we apply a force, we are lifting the cable BC, this one. So displacement will also be in the same direction. Okay, now displacement is also in the same direction. Hello. So work done equal to F bar dot R bar. Can I write? So
Sir.
FR cos 0. So it is FR. So since I know that F, that is the force, okay, that is to lift the BC, that is mass of BC, okay, times G times displacement, that is nothing but, here I am having this total length as L by N. By using the principle of center of gravity, by using the center of gravity, the displacement will be L by 2N. Can I write?
Sir.
So displacement will be L by 2N. Now I will find the mass of BC. Since entire the chain is having the linear density is constant, so mass per unit length, that is total mass of the chain by total length, equal to mass of BC by length of BC. So M by L is equal to mass of BC upon length of BC is nothing but L by N. So mass of BC equal to M by N. I can write as M by N times G times L by 2N. So that is work done is equal to MGL by 2N square, right? That is option D. Okay, now fine.
Sir, completed.
Completed. Next question. Next question it is, a particle of mass m, okay, a particle of mass m moving with a speed and collides with a mass 2m with a speed 2v in the same direction. In the same direction. That means I am having the first particle having a mass m. It is moving with 2v. That is u1 is equal to 2v. And it collides with another particle of mass 2m, which is moving with a speed v. See. Okay. Okay. In the same direction. After collision, the first mass is stopped completely, while the second mass, okay, suppose, okay, suppose let us consider this is the direction of line of impact. This is my line of impact. Okay. First stop, the first particle becomes to stop. That is V1 equal to 0. Okay. Second particle, okay, of mass, okay, while the second one splits into two particles, each of mass m, which moves at 45 degrees with respect to the original direction. That is, the second particle is divided. Suppose this is my m2, this is m, and here it is another particle. This is also m, which makes an angle 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Okay, na? With respect to the original direction. Fine. Okay. Now, speed of each moving particle will be, okay, what will be the speed we need to find. Okay. Let us consider here what I will consider it as. Okay. This one as v2. This is also v2. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, here I can say that it is oblique collision. Na? In the oblique collision, we know that momentum will be conserved, but energy will not be conserved. So m1 u1 plus m2 u2. This is u2 is equal to m1 v1, m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This one, okay, and this m2 is divided into two parts now. So m2 into v2. Okay, this m2, it is m, and here is also m. Okay, so initially m into 2v, m times 2v plus 2mv. Okay, that is after collision it is after collision after collision it is that velocity becomes 0 plus m. Now see here, the this is my first part and this is my second part. First part is moving at an angle 45 degrees to the line of impact, right, Umar? Is
Sir.
it right?
Yes.
So along we need to find the velocity along the direction of line of impact. That is nothing but v2 cos 45, v2 cos 45, and here also the same thing, m v2 cos 45. Is it right?
Sir.
Okay. So in the left hand side we will get as 4mv. 4mv is equal to 2mv2 cos 45. Since cos 45 is 1 by root 2, so we'll get as 4v is equal to root 2 v2. So v2 is equal to 2 root 2 v.
V.
That means 2 root 2 v, option D. Okay, na? Fine. Anvesha. Anvesha. A little better.
completed, sir.
Okay, na? Fine. After that, next question. It is two particles of masses m and 2m moving as shown, okay, with speeds. Okay, so firstly I'll consider u1 equal to 10 and u2 equal to 5. Collide elastically. Okay, fine. Elastic collision. After the collision, they move along the indicated direction with the speeds v1 and v2. See the diagram. See the diagram. Okay. In this diagram, observe carefully. This is the first particle, incident direction. Okay. I'll keep as 1I. That is first particle incident direction. Okay. And this is the first particle final direction. That is after collision. Okay. And here it is the second particle initial direction. And this one it is the second particle final direction. That means in the JE mains or J advanced, after reading the question, if the question is having diagram, you need to understand the diagram thoroughly. You need to understand thoroughly. Okay. That means, see here, it is given as the first particle. Suppose U1. Suppose let us consider U1. Okay. It is making at an angle 30 degrees. It is making at an angle 30 degrees. If we draw a perpendicular, okay, okay, by applying the vector addition, like this. So x component I can write as 10 cos 30. Okay, right? Okay. So I can write as u1 is equal to 10 cos 30. Similarly, now see here, this one, it is second particle initial direction. With respect to the line of impact, okay, second particle is making an angle 45 degrees. 45 degrees. If we draw a perpendicular, okay, by using the vector addition, okay, so u2 I can write as, here u2 they gave it as 5 meter per second. Okay, na? So I can write it as u2 as 5 cos 45. And observe carefully, before collision, both the particles are moving parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis. So I can write it as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to, since it is elastic collision, momentum will be conserved. Okay, na? So m1 times 10 cos 30 plus m2, sorry, m1 they gave it as m, na? Will substitute. Will substitute. That is m. m2 is 2m. 2m times 5 cos 45. Similarly, I'll find the x component after collision. Okay, after collision, you can see. If we draw a perpendicular here, if we draw a perpendicular, after collision also, first particle is moving along the direction of positive x-axis, right? So I can write it as v2 cos 45. Okay, capital M into v2 cos 45. Okay, fine. v2 cos 45. Okay, plus 2m. If I draw a perpendicular here, I can get v1 cos 30. Okay, na? Is it fine? Umar,
Sir,
right now. Just I am considering the Okay, since it is elastic collision, I am applying the conservation of momentum along x-axis.
Sir,
Actually, this question belongs to elastic collision in 2D, in two dimension. In two dimension. Here I got the equation. In entire the equation, I'll cancel m. That is
sir,
10 cos.
direct, sir,
చెప్పండి.
ఒక మాస్ ఒక యాంగిల్ తో కొలిజన్ అయినప్పుడు v1 v ఇంటూ కాస్ తోనే అవుతుంది కదా?
అట్లేం లేదు. ఇప్పుడు
అట్లేం
ఇట్లుంది
లేదా?
కదా, ఇప్పుడు ఇట్లుంది కదా, నాకు వర్టికల్ కాంపోనెంట్ కూడా ఉంటుందా?
సార్
ఇప్పుడు అట్లా కాకుండా నువ్వు అన్నది ఎట్లుంటుందంటే, సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు m1 m2 హియర్ బిఫోర్ కొలిజన్ both the particles are moving along the line of impact. After collision, if the two particles are moving with a velocity v1, this is the first particle and this is the second particle. In this case, the vertical component before collision is 0. So I can write as 0 equal to m1. Suppose it is alpha and this is theta. I can write as m1 v1 sin alpha plus m2 v2 sin theta. Right? Right, sir. Before collision means m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 cos theta plus m1 v1 cos alpha plus m2 v2 cos theta. అవునా?
సార్
ఈ కేసులో in this case it is not possible because before collision particle is having both x component and y component. Okay. So it is v2 cos 45, v2 cos 45 plus 2v1 cos 30. Okay, called as equation 1. Called as equation 1. Okay, right. By using this one, I can find the relation. I'll get the relation between v2 and v1. Between v2 and v1, called as equation 1. Okay. Similarly, I will consider the vertical component. See, in the first one, it is acting parallel to negative axis. So I will write as minus 10 sin 30. And in the second case, it is upward direction. Okay, na? If we draw a perpendicular here in the vector addition, this is 5 sin 45, right? Plus sin 45. Okay, and here it is upward direction, so plus v1 sin 30 plus v1 sin 30, and here it is downwards.
v2 sin 45.
Now apply the conservation of momentum along y-axis, that is capital M into minus 10 sin 30 plus 2m times 5 sin 45. Okay, that is equal to capital M into minus v2 sin 45 plus 2m into v1 sin 30. We'll get an equation. We are having the two unknowns and we'll get two equations. Okay, first write down and solve the equation. Anmesh, వెళ్ళిపోయారు మళ్ళీ. Okay, first write down the equation. Okay. Afterwards, can you do now?
Sure, sir.
We'll go to next question. You understood logic now?
Yes, sir.
Just we need to consider x component and y component before collision and after collision. Next, seventh question. See, a man is having a mass 50 kg and his son, okay, 20 kg, are standing on a frictionless surface, okay, facing each other. Man pushes his son so that he starts moving at a speed, okay, at a speed 0.7 meter per second with respect to man. With respect to man, the speed of the man with respect to the surface. The speed of the man with respect to surface. That means here what I will consider it is one as man, two as sun. Okay, na? So that I can write as when a man pushes his son so that he starts moving at a speed with respect to man. That means after pushing or after collision, the sun is moving along the direction of line of impact. Along the, there is no change in the direction. So we can say that it is, we can say that it is momentum is conserved. That is m1u1 plus m2u2 is equal to m1v1 plus m2v2. Okay, na? Fine. Okay, na? Is it fine? So before collision, suppose here I'm having a man. Of course, near to the man, sun is there. This is number one. This is number two. Okay. Man is pushed. Okay. That means the separation distance between man and sun, it is very near. Before collision, both are at rest. Right now. So m1 into 0 plus m2 times 0. Okay. Fine. Okay. And after collision, whenever the man pushes, okay, that means sun is moving in this direction. Okay. Sun is moving in this direction. Okay. So I can say that m1v1 momentum of the man is equal to momentum of the sun. That is 50 times v1 is equal to 20 times v2. Okay, na? So velocity of the man equal to 2 by 5 v2. Okay, na? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since they gave that, see, if the man pushes his son so that he starts moving at a speed 0.7 meter per second with respect to man. Okay, that means as the sun is moving in this direction, man will move in this direction. Okay, na? Right? So they gave that it is v1 plus v2 is equal to 0.7. Okay. v1 plus v2 they gave us 0.7. Since I know that v1 equal to 2 by 5 v2, so 2 by 5 v2 plus v2 is equal to 0.7, right? So 7 v2 by 5 equal to 0.7. So v2 that is 0.5. 2 means it is sun. We need to find man now. So V1 is equal to 0.2, right? Substitute the value of V2 in this equation. We'll get it directly as 0.2. Okay, so that is option B. Option B. Okay, now. That means in this chapter, they may combine the work and energy problems with the collision. With the collision, right? Okay, now
Sure,
completed.
sir, completed.
Hmm. Next one. Uh, Three blocks A, B, and C are lying on a smooth horizontal surface as shown in diagram. A and B have equal masses. Okay, while C has a mass capital N. Block A is given an initial speed V. Okay, initial speed towards B, due to which it collides with B perfectly inelastically. Okay, whenever they say perfectly inelastically, then immediately you should remind that it is M1U1 plus M2U2. That is, in perfectly inelastically, after collision, both the particles will move with a common velocity, right? Suppose I'll consider this as A, this as B. Okay, after perfectly inelastically, okay, both the particles will move with an common velocity. The combined mass, okay, collides with, the combined mass means M, mass of A plus mass of B, collides with C. Okay, na? Collides with C. Okay, perfectly inelastically. 5 by 6 of the initial kinetic energy is lost. That is, change in kinetic energy, it is 5 by 6. Then what is the value of mass of C? Mass of C to the mass of, okay, to the mass of A or mass of B. Okay, fine. Okay, now understood the question now? Umar,
Sir, understood.
understood now?
Ah,
Okay, here we are having the two parts. First, it is A and B are having perfectly inelastic. I know that mass of A and mass of B are same. See, A and B have equal masses. A and B are having the equal masses. Okay, so I can write it as, initially I can write, so while C, block A is given initial speed V towards B. Okay, that is B is at rest. So mv plus 0 equal to 2m v1. V1 is the velocity after first perfectly inelastic collision, right? And this combined mass, and this combined mass is having a collision with the third one, right? Okay. So here I can write as V is equal to 2v1. In the A and B, whatever the final velocity we got, that will act as an initial velocity in B and C. Okay. So initially 2m v1 plus capital M into 0 is equal to 2m plus capital M into v2. Okay. Now, okay. Since 2v1 means v now, I can write m into v is equal to 2m plus capital M into v2. Okay. Now here you can see. Okay. Here we can see that they gave that it is the loss in kinetic energy, that is delta k is equal to 5 by 6. Okay. Delta k it is 5 by 6 of initial kinetic energy. Suppose k1. So 5 by 6 of the, okay, that is minus of k2 minus k1 is equal, since it is lost now, that's why I kept as minus of k2 minus k1, minus of k2 minus k1. Okay, fine. Okay, so k2 is equal to k1 minus k2 is equal to, we'll get as 5 by 6 k1. Okay, so k2 is equal to 1 by 6 k1. Can I write
Sir.
1 by 6 k1? You can write it. Okay, okay, fine. So k2 by k1, final kinetic energy by initial kinetic energy, is equal to 1 by 6, is equal to 1 by 6. So here we can write as k2, that is half 2m plus capital M into v square by half initial mass, initial kinetic energy, that is 1 by 6. So we'll get it as, upon calculation, half will get cancelled. Now see, here whatever the velocity is there, we'll have the here also the same. So that's why I kept the this one. Okay. Like that. Compare with definition. K2 by K1 is equal to 1 by 6. So it must be reciprocal. 1 minute. M by 2m plus capital M is equal to 1 by 6. That is 2 small m plus capital M is equal to 6m. So capital M must be 4m, 4 small m. 4 small m means they are asking to find capital M by small m. It must be 4. Okay. Since okay, since kinetic energy equal to half mv square, that is I can write as p square by 2m. Momentum is conserved now.
Yes,
So
sir.
kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass, because here the mass is less now. When kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass, then only kinetic energy will be lost now. That's why I consider p square by 2m. Whenever the energy is lost, that means in your exam, immediately you should change. That means immediately you should get idea. It is energy is lost, so kinetic energy must be inversely proportional to the mass. Your way of approach must continuously change. Okay. Okay, na completed.
Completed, sir.
Okay, fine. Over. Next, ninth question. A block of mass m, okay, lying on a smooth horizontal surface, is attached to a spring of negligible mass of spring constant. The other end of spring is fixed as shown diagram. Okay. The block is initially at its rest. If now the block is pulled by a constant force, the maximum speed, the maximum speed, we need to find speed. Okay, na? Fine. Okay, fine. Whenever we are applying the force, you can see here, the block will move at the same time. The spring will also move. Okay. Since I know that F is equal to Kx, okay, na? Is it fine? So that is nothing but S x is equal to F by K. F by K. Okay, na? Since we know that the potential energy stored in a spring is equal to half kx square,
Kx square.
that is equal to kinetic energy of the block, that is half mv square. Okay. So upon calculation, we'll get this one. So what I will do it is that, what I will do, instead of x, I can write F by K. Okay. Okay. Why I'm writing F by K, I will tell. Here Kx means I can write Fx. But why I'm not writing, I will tell. Whole square is equal to mv square. So v square equal to f square by mk. So v equal to f by
Root
under
mk.
root mk. Okay. That is option B. Okay. Here it is, I am applying the force for both spring and block is constant. Force is constant. When force is constant, I can write the extension or change in the length of the spring is directly proportional to force constant
So, okay.
right now. And they gave in terms of F only. See, F and K. So that's why I need to replace X. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, fine. Completed this one?
Completed, sir.
Completed. Okay. In this sheet, I'll send this sheet. Once try. Once try. Okay. We'll see the, I think, total 40 questions are there. Completed 9. Huh? Okay. I think 10th you can do. 10th it is direct question only. Integral f dx. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss these questions. Okay. Mostly I think today it is somehow it is 10 minutes it is wasted. 10 to 12 minutes. Tomorrow onwards, I will message you by exact 8 a.m. Exact by 8 a.m. Okay. Once by tomorrow, we need to complete this work energy. Okay. And after this, we need to complete the advanced session also. Okay. Like this, we are having this document. I will send you. Okay. Okay, fine. We will meet tomorrow.